Welcome to the Kyle and Jim Fantasy Football Extraordinaire. How's it going, guys? Not the best football week for us, but how's things going? Excited for Christmas? What you got? Any big plans?
I'll see some family. I mean, the only football highlight I have this week is I got out of the losers bracket. That was fantastic. So at least I had some fantasy success.
That's a big one.
It's all fun and games. It's funny to laugh about until you're actually staring it down for a second year in a row, and you're like, "Wait a minute, this isn't that funny anymore."
I mean, it's a good way to punish the loser. I like it.
Yeah, it is. It's fun, but it's I don't know. It's way more funny when you're not dealing with it yourself and you're just watching other people. So. I don't know. Maybe you guys will experience it sometime.
God, I hope not.
Yeah, I was pretty happy to avoid the losers bracket this year. I was like, okay, that makes me feel good. Still wish I didn't give up a third rounder to avoid the losers bracket. Actually, I think I would have still made it if I didn't trade. But yeah. How about you?
Patriots won. So. Was a good thing.
That was it. That's it.
Just Patriots.
Must be nice to have multiple teams. Oh, this one sucks. Oh, I'll just jump on this one. Hey,
they might still win a playoff game.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about your weekend?
Busy. We made like a million cookies.
Okay.
Vicky did most of the work, obviously, but I helped quite a bit and made sure she had all the stuff she needed to do it. So sugar cookies, peanut butter things where you put peanut butter cups inside like a cookie. I don't know, molasses cookies, I think, or something like that. There's a bunch of them. So I pretty much just eat sugar cookies and peanut butter balls. So we got those. That's good. It's getting ready for the holidays.
Yeah, 'tis the season. Yeah, at least the holidays are here. Should we get into more somber news and talk about the NFL?
Yeah, let's get this over with.
Let's do it.
All right. So first one, Packers versus the Bears. You know what? Let's do a Shadow Malort before we can talk about this.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, I'll. Am I even supposed to? I'll join you guys.
If you want to. I mean, you can take one for the...
I finally have one. Actually, it's been here this whole time.
I think you won the bet this week, too.
Yeah, I think
but I owe you guys for like 3 of them, and I think I said
that's true.
Take one. Cheers.
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 All right. So the Packers lost on Saturday night, 22-16, in just absolutely heartbreaking fashion. I mean, the worst loss since 2014 in the playoffs against Seattle. And literally, it was the exact same ending of a game. You know, you're dominating. You see no way you could possibly lose unless they score, get an onside kick, and score again within 2 minutes. Like, what are the odds it's going to happen? And it did. Packers, they dominated this game. They had no Micah Parsons. They had no Jordan Love. Josh Jacobs has a bum knee and sucks. He hasn't played well in a month. But somehow we were still just dominating this entire game. Like, I was just dumbfounded. Malik Willis comes in. We looked fantastic. I mean, Malik Willis looked absolutely dominant in this one. So, and just, God, to blow the game, I still can't believe it.
That fumble on 4th down.
Oh, Malik's fumble?
Yeah.
I mean, it was that, and it was the onside kick. I mean, Romeo Dobbs, man, like, he just gave, it was like an early Christmas present to everyone in Chicago. Like, here you go. You guys can have the game. We don't want it. I don't.
All players, too, to do it. Like, Romeo Dobbs, sure-handed. That's this guy you probably want in that position at that point in the game.
Yep, you would want nobody else there.
I don't think. For real.
And I couldn't believe it. I didn't really write down many stats this week for these games. I could pull them up if I wanted, but The Packers had their flaws. I mean, they lost the game. Obviously, they have flaws, but they felt like they were the better team for, like I said, 58 minutes of this game. They just completely collapsed at the end. The only other thing I really knock them for is I think we got to the goal. Like, we would drive down the field every time we got the ball. Did we even punt in this game? Maybe one punt?
I had one.
We went down the field every single time, right to the red zone, and then we got there and we either turned it over on downs or fucking fumbled the ball, or we kicked a field goal. Like, we just could not get touchdowns in this one, and that's 2 weeks in a row. That's been why we lost. So I mean, I still think it's so lucky at the end. Just everything broke Chicago's way for the last, a couple minutes of that game, which is just nuts. But even so, like, they shouldn't have even had a chance. Like, Green Bay really, and we don't have a bad red zone offense. I mean, we were ranked top 10 in the league coming into these last 2 weeks, but these last 2 weeks, like, we just can't get it in when we're down there. And I don't understand, because, like, some of these drives are 98 yards. Like, they're punting us on the 2, and we just go right down, 13 plays, 88 yards to the 10, and then that's it. That's over. That's as far as we're getting. It's frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. I don't know if you watched this one, Jim. I mean, you probably enjoyed it. I mean, it's most non-Packers fans enjoy watching the Packers lose and get their hearts broken. I can't blame them. But yeah.
I actually haven't. Like I said, I've been pretty down about football lately. It's hard for me to watch games. I saw the Packers winning, and then I was shocked because I think I fell asleep, and then I woke back up. Was it Saturday night, right? It was like the late game?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember watching, like, through my phone. I was just looking at the score and stuff, and I was like, oh, man, looks like the Packers are going to actually pull it out, even with all the injuries. That's pretty impressive. And then I woke up, and then I was like, wait, what happened? And then I watched the highlights, and I saw everything. And I was like, okay, that was again, you said the Seahawks game. It's not quite as bad as that one. I still have my favorite stat on Facebook where it shows 5 passes to that one receiver in Seattle, and it was like interception, touchdown, game-winning touchdown. But yeah, I mean, to lose that game against probably your number one rival in that fashion, that's got to be rough, especially because, like, man, the Bears look pretty cocky. Like, man, they're like, yeah, they got over the hump, and it's like, I don't know. If I was a Bears fan, I would still be pretty worried because you're playing against a very undermanned Packers team. You pretty much lost the game for 58 minutes, 55 minutes, whatever you want to say, and you had to squeak it out at the end. Yeah, that's just a rough way to lose.
That was the rough part about it, is like, that was the ultimate, like, who's your fucking daddy game. Like, we still own you. We don't have our best player on defense. You fucking knocked our quarterback out in the second quarter, and we're still just dominating you for the entire game. And then just to blow it at the last fucking second, right at the goal line, you just fucking trip and fall on your face. It stinks. And yeah, the Seattle game was worse because that was, it was the playoffs, and you do that, the season's over. So it, like, stings extra hard. Like, there's no next week now. It hurts way worse. But I mean,
it's still the Bears.
Really close. Yeah.
It sucks to lose your division rival. Like, if that happened to me against the Packers, like, I would almost feel like that's worse than, like, the San Francisco 49er game that we lost.
Mm-hmm.
That was making it to the Super Bowl. There's just something different when it's your hated rivals.
It is.
Yeah.
And honestly, in this game too, like, I could handle losing 22-16, like, rolling off last week, and, like, fuck, we lost Micah. We're down so many of our star players. If Jordan Love's gonna miss half the game, and you're like, we lose 22-16, it's like, that's not a bad game. That's pretty decent. But just the way that it unfolded, just the way it happened, I'm still pissed about it. Like, I'm usually over games after a while, but, like, I'm still pissed. I'm so pissed about that game.
You need to pull Heebs to get a second team, all right? You're at that level where it's like you just need to have that fallback. For me, it's basketball. The Pistons are great. I've been watching the Pistons. That's more fun for me right now than football. So you gotta find something else.
Well, the Packers aren't out. I mean, we're still. I think we're almost. We'll get into our odds on the playoffs later, but I mean, I'm pretty sure we're still going to the playoffs.
You have to win one game. If you lose 2 and the Lions win 2, I think we can knock you out.
We either need to win one, or you guys need to lose one more. Either one of those locks our playoff spot. Yep. So the odds are incredibly high, especially with Well, I don't know, because I was going to say the Ravens next week might not have Lamar Jackson, but we might not have Jordan Love or Malik Willis. We might be on our third string quarterback. Yeah, he hurt his shoulder at the end of the game.
I forgot about that.
I didn't even notice that.
He hasn't practiced since. There's a chance he doesn't play this week. And I can't remember our third stringer's name, but like our emergency
Clifford.
Is it Clifford?
Is it still Clifford?
I thought Clifford was gone, but
I thought he was gone too.
But then after him, it's like I think it's Josh Jacobs and Jordan Reed are like emergency quarterbacks. If we have to go to that, I mean that's rough. I mean, and yeah, that's another thing. Like all these injuries that have happened this year, like the one thing I was always like, you know what, we still got our starting quarterback, because that's the injury that sinks the team. Like that means you're pretty much fucked. Except for the Eagles that 1 year with Nick Foles, I guess. But
big dick.
Yeah, 99% of the time your quarterback goes down and you're done. Yeah, who's our third stringer?
That's not Clifford.
Yeah, it's not Clifford. Okay. Yeah, I thought we let him walk.
They brought Kurt Benkert back.
Kurt Benkert?
And Clayton Tune is also on the practice squad.
Clayton, I do remember that name.
That's
but yeah, like I said, that was the thing. I was like, at least we still have our starting quarterback who's been playing pretty good this year. And now that's might be out the window for a concussion. I mean, you usually don't play a week after a concussion. Sometimes you don't play 2 weeks after a concussion. So he might miss the rest of the regular season. And if he does, that makes getting the playoffs a little bit harder. I still think we'll go.
I'm going for them both to be out 2 games, and then the Lions can win.
Squeak it in.
Squeak it in.
That's how our season ends. That would be brutal.
I would love it, but I'm not expecting anything anymore. I'm done with expectations. Yeah,
rough game. We were watching this one over at Lee and Ashley's house, and once it was over, I literally was like, I put on my phone, I'm like, I'm leaving. I don't want to sit here and talk to anybody. I'm going home. I was pissed. I was very pissed. I don't know what you were doing when you watched the Heebs, but yeah, God damn it.
I have a long history of being able to, or I have a long history of watching bad football. So like, I losses don't affect me that much anymore. Like I'm pretty much like, but I've been conditioned. All right.
Fair. I mean, I don't know. It's just different. It was just the game, the situation of how we lost, and like, I don't know, just the expectations of this season. Like the first season Love came in, I had no expectations for this team. So when we were losing games early, it was kind of like, yeah, it happens. You know, we kind of expected Love to suck. We expected some rebuilding years, and then like we got good, and now it's like, well, we're good, but can we? I don't know, not do stupid shit and cost us games all the time.
I'm just worried about how you guys improve your team next year. Like,
we can't really.
That's
well,
scary.
Just get healthy. Just get healthy is the main thing.
Yeah.
If you know, I saw a stat today that Kraft is I think number 4 in yards after the catch for tight ends in the NFL this season, and he's been out for 7 weeks. That's how good that fucker was, and he's been out for 7 weeks. Parsons is out. Wyatt's out. I mean, there's a lot of injuries. I know injuries always are going to happen. It's going to happen every year.
Elton Jenkins.
You just really need it to not happen to Elton Jenkins. I don't even care. That was a good injury. He was a terrible center. I think our line's been better since he got injured. To be perfectly honest, he was not a good center.
You've got to put him at guard.
I mean, you could shift him back to guard, or he might just get let go. I don't know what's going to happen with him, but yeah, I don't know. That's all the thoughts I have on Packers and Bears. You guys have anything more to say?
No.
Green Bay was the better team, except for 2 minutes of that game.
No. It was an important.
I will say that pass for the touchdown in overtime, that was pretty.
Yeah, that was a great throw.
That was a beautiful throw.
I think we have some problems, like all of us in the NFC North. I think Williams is.
I don't know. He makes so many fucking shitty throws. I think once in a while, I was like, yeah, that one worked out. Whoop-de-doo.
You guys watch that with Love though, and he's like way younger than Love. I think he's gonna figure it out. I'm worried about him. I think he's gonna be on the top, like we'll say top 10, but he might be a top 5 quarterback in a year or two. That's what I think.
I think he might be traded in 2 years or let go. I honestly think the Bears are going to be a sub 500 team next year. I don't think what they're doing is sustainable at all. There's no. They've won almost all their wins this year exactly like this. It's like, dude, how does everything fall into your lap in the last 2 minutes of every fucking game?
6 wins with under 2 minutes to go in the game.
Well, it's just like every time it's like, fuck, the other team
really
just fumbles
good
the ball in hands. But he shouldn't even have the ball. The other team just keeps giving it to them at the end of the game. Like, they shouldn't have even had the chance to be clutch. Like,
he's still making the plays when he gets the opportunity. Like, that's just the science.
Yeah, but you're not going to get these opportunities year after year. Like, the fact that it's happened so many times this year is just nuts to me. Like, how does he always get the opportunity to do it? Yeah, I mean, when you get it and when you get the opportunity, he takes advantage. Props to him for that, but it's like, there's no way you just keep getting this many opportunities year after year. Like, I just can't see it happening. I really don't think they're going to be I think they're going to be a sub 500 team next year. I really do.
They could definitely regress
make that
to
my
the
bold
mean.
prediction next year.
Okay. They could regress to the mean. I could see it. I mean, they definitely have a lot of things going their way, but they also, I think, have a good chance to improve their team as well. They still have a good amount of cap. They're going to have all their draft picks. I think Caleb Williams is just going to keep improving. And I think that's the main thing. I think that's going to maybe this year they were like a year early, and I think their success is kind of random. But I think as long as Caleb Williams keeps getting better, they're going to improve. And all he needs is confidence.
The only thing he's gotten better in this year is sacks. Other than that, everything's the same or worse. The completion is worse.
He's really good.
Any better. Like, everything else is the same.
I don't care about that stuff though. I care about when the game's on the line. He just makes the plays. Like, I can't. That's how I value a quarterback, is like high pressure situations, not always in stats. Like, yes, there's definitely stats that can back it up. His completion percentage definitely needs to improve, but he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now still when it comes to when a play breaks down. And that's what you need in today's NFL if you want to be good in the playoffs, especially with all the injuries. That's kind of what you need. I mean, we can talk about the Lions and talk about some of the stuff they have going wrong because of that.
We'll get to them in a minute. Let's jump to the Vikings versus the Giants next. So the Vikings win this one 16-13, and they continue on their little roll here. But J.J. McCarthy hurt his hand after he threw a pick. Did he throw a pick on that play? I can't remember. But he threw the ball and like swung his hand down right into a dude's helmet.
Yeah.
So I wrote that it wasn't broken, but it sounds like it's fractured.
He's got a hairline fracture.
But it's in his throwing hand, so I don't know what that means for him for the rest of the season.
He's out.
He's probably not playing the rest.
Yeah, I mean, he plays on Christmas Day. Yeah, I don't know why he would. They're not playing for anything.
He's officially out Christmas Day.
Yeah, JJ got hurt. Brosmer came in, and Brosmer was good enough. I mean, they won. It's the Giants. The Giants have been on quite the downward spiral after that hot little start to the season they had. Not hot. The hot start to Jackson Dart's career, I guess.
They were playing competitive against good teams, and then people were getting excited about them. Yeah, but that kind of slowed down quick. Yeah,
and I mean, I think they might be good. I think they might be pretty good next year, to be perfectly honest. Because I mean, they were out. They lost Scadaboo, he was dominant as a runner for a little while there, and they lost Malik Neighbors in week 2, and he was looking like one of the best receivers in the NFL last season. So they haven't had 2 of their best offensive players for the vast majority of the year. And Dart's been okay. He didn't look great this game. The only other note I had on this one was that Jefferson finally got some yards after JJ went out because Prosper could get him the ball. It's strange. JJ McCarthy has had he had 3 good games in a row and nothing for Jefferson, and Prosper comes in and he can get Jefferson the ball, whereas JJ was seemingly unable to do it.
I wonder if Jefferson might even ask for a trade in the offseason, especially with JJ being the quarterback. I would have to imagine he's pretty. I mean, you can just see he's trying his best not to be frustrated, but it's just too hard. So there's something going on there. I think he's just trying to be a good team player, but I would not be surprised if they're starting to come out hey, Jefferson's unhappy with the situation at quarterback. He might want to be traded, and we might see one of those big trades next year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he'd demand. I don't know what they'd want for him, but
probably 2
firsts.
That'd be
2 firsts. That's the first thing I thought of too.
Damn it.
Look
We
at
only
the
have one in my
Micah
next season.
Parsons.
Yeah.
Well, they ain't traded him to you guys, but yeah. Probably something Micah Parsons, but I think possibly even a little bit more because you don't have a disgruntled owner. So you have to think he's probably going to be full value.
Well, if you trade him at an appropriate time instead of right before the season, and then limit your pool of teams and when the draft picks are going to be, Parsons probably could have got a little bit more too, but it was just the nature of Jerry Jones waited until a week before the season to do something.
The only other team that offered more than Green Bay was Philly,
That's what I heard. Yeah,
and there's no way he's going to trade him to Philly.
yeah, and that'd be the same situation with Justin Jefferson. And also,
He's not getting traded in division at all.
No.
Even if the Lions had a shot at him, there's no way.
Yeah, but I mean, that's really the only thoughts I had on that one. I mean, the Vikings, I don't know. It's just funny. Like, they start their win streak the day they get eliminated from the playoffs because the other teams won, and they've been winning ever since.
Yeah.
And it's a nice little streak they got going on. But I don't even know. Like, all you're doing now is hurting your draft pick. Like, it was nice to see JJ McCarthy kind of start looking a little bit better. But now, he's probably not going to play the rest of the season, so I don't. And yeah, I mean, I think the biggest fear for Vikings fans right now is, like you said, like, hopefully Justin Jefferson's not getting frustrated and wanting to leave, because that's disastrous for you.
How old is he? He's probably like 28, 29. Like, I mean, he's at that point in his career where, like, he's probably thinking, like, man, I want a championship now.
I would say he's only like 26 or
26. Damn, he's younger than I thought.
Because he just got his new contract.
Is he 26?
26, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's got 5 years of prime production.
He's been like 6 years already. That's nuts. I will say one thing. Dart has been in concussion protocol, I think 5 times already. Like, that guy needs to change how he plays football. Otherwise, I don't think the Giants are going to be very good, at least with Dart. I think that guy is a big problem for them, the way he plays.
Yeah, they need to figure something out with that. Yeah, I mean, they needed to. Yeah, he can't just. You can't be getting almost concussed weekly.
Yeah, seriously, it almost seems like it.
I think if they get like the number 1 overall pick, they're not going to second guess it. They're going to take what's his freaking name?
Mendoza,
yeah. I think Mendoza is going to
Out
go
of
number 1
Indiana.
overall. Yep.
Yeah, you can let him compete and see who comes out on top.
I think they
If
just
they're
traded
better,
him.
at least-
They probably could
at
get
least
like a
he does
3rd
look
rounder or a 2nd rounder for him. They just drafted him in the 1st round. I'm sure they could get something okay for him and just go. What is it, Frendoza?
Yeah. He's shown some flashes of good play too. So
He's got a fun play style.
yeah, but I mean, yeah, just I don't know. Quit taking hits. I mean, they've asked him about it too. Like, do you think you should change the way he plays? He's like, it's football. You're gonna get hit. It's like, yeah, you are, but a quarterback doesn't need to be getting hit by a fucking 300-pound lineman. Like, that's just stupid, dude.
It's like
He's too arrogant. That's true. He's like
Yeah.
he's too arrogant. Like he's gonna get himself really hurt, and it's gonna happen sooner than later. He's already got himself hurt enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think Miami's going to be looking for a new quarterback.
They want the next
That could be
concussion master.
They like him. They like him. They like them brain injuries.
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. Any other thoughts on Vikings versus the Giants?
No.
Okay.
Can you imagine being a Giants football or a New York football fan right now?
Yeah.
God,
No matter what
their
team you
teams
picked.
are atrocious. It's so awesome to see.
See, the Giants have had stretches at least. The Jets. I mean, when was their last one? 1990. Was it before that even?
They had that run with Rex
Ryan
Ryan when they made
Fitzpatrick.
that NFC Championship game. Yeah,
Oh,
with
yeah.
Mark
I mean,
Sanchez and
yeah.
Ryan
They had-
Fitzpatrick.
They had a couple good years with those guys back when they had
Yeah.
Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker.
That's right.
They had some fun teams, but they weren't like. I don't think they ever like seemed like a legitimate Super Bowl contender. They definitely
No.
overachieved a couple years.
Yeah, Mark Sanchez never should have played in multiple NFC Championship games.
I remember people try to compare him being better than Stafford at that point. I'm like, you guys are all just you don't know football. You just don't know what you're talking about. Just because he made it there does not make him better. And look how those careers ended. Well, Stafford's still going, but
Yeah, Stafford's still racking up the stats.
There's a lot of people want us to take Sanchez over Stafford, so that was a big talk of that draft. It was Josh Freeman, Sanchez, and Stafford like the 3 quarterbacks.
Well, speaking of Stafford, he used to play for the Lions, so let's talk about the Lions versus the Steelers. So the Lions lose this one in heartbreaking fashion. I mean, if I was a Lions fan, this is as bad as the Packers game was. Like, I mean, I guess the flip side is you guys were kind of losing all game, but like, it looked like you came back. I mean, you did come back. I mean, you straight up came back. Part of the comeback was who's the Steelers kicker? Boswell. He never fucking misses. And he missed like a 43-yarder to give you guys the ball back, on the it was like maybe it was like a 50-yarder. I think you guys got the ball back on like the 40 because he missed the kick, and it was like that's a swing because it would have been an 8-score game. And they're kicking off to you, and instead you just get the ball on the 40 and you're down by 5, and it's like now you can go fucking win the game. And I mean the first half it was kind of uneventful, but the second half, I mean, the Steelers just came out in this game and just did whatever they wanted. I mean, the Lions literally went a 3-and-out, and I think another 3-and-out, while the Steelers just kept the ball for like I think at one point the Lions had the ball for like a minute, and the Steelers had the ball for like 18 minutes in the second half. I was like, holy shit!
I think it was 3 3-and-outs in a row to start the second half. Yeah, it was
yeah. But yeah, I mean, late in the game though, I mean, Goff turned it on. He was hitting his guys, and they were scoring. I say this every time the Lions lose, but like the rushing game just wasn't there. Gibbs with 2 rushing yards. Monty had 14. I mean, I think Gibbs still had like 80-some yards because they were throwing it to him a lot because they're always going to find a way to get him involved. If they can't run it, they're going to throw it to him. But it's hard if you can't run the ball. And if Packers fans know this too, because we haven't been able to run the ball effectively this year either. And it's just it makes it harder to sustain drives when you're just a one-dimensional team that has to keep fucking throwing it and doing wonky shit all the time. I mean, the highlight of this game is the last play, but I don't know if you have any other thoughts on the game before we get into that.
Yeah, I think it's just been kind of the way the season's gone. I mean, a lot of injuries. We're on like our 6th and 7th safety. Like these guys weren't even on the roster like a couple weeks ago even. And that was why they could not control the Steelers run game. There was so many obvious gaps from the safeties. Like if we had even one of other safeties, we probably win this game. That's how bad our safeties are playing. They were taking advantage of it. You're playing against a experienced, veteran quarterback. He's going to understand that stuff. He's picking the gaps. He knows where they're making the mistakes. And, Rodgers kind of punished us. And you had the Gainwell like crazy catch for a touchdown. And that was like I wasn't even mad. I was just like, that happens every now and then, and it sucked. But it's like it wasn't that big a deal. At that point, we looked like the better team. But yeah, you get into the second half, they had some bad field position, and the other part where they've been struggling all year is at center. They're on like their 5th center now, and that guy got their 4th center got injured, so then they got to their 5th center. And like the Steelers just kept pressuring Goff up the middle. I think Campbell got a little too, or maybe it's Goff too, but they were trying to focus on Gibbs. They were trying to focus on St. Brown, and it was clear that the Steelers were overselling to take those guys out. And once they realized that and they changed it up was like in the 4th quarter, and they started shredding them again. And I think there was some issues with Campbell not getting off of his game plan early enough. So that might be one of the shortcomings of him as an offensive play caller. Like he can call good plays, but he hasn't done it enough. So he hasn't had enough learning experiences. And I think that's hurt him too, and especially this game. Yeah, honestly, I didn't watch the end of this game. I saw the first down from the Steelers once they broke over the 50-yard line. There was like 2 minutes left, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty much it. I had some other stuff to do. So I just got up, and then I came back, found that the Lions almost won. And from what I heard is that, yes, there was some questionable things, but most Lions fans are just kind of like numb to it now. So, yeah, I guess I'm hearing it from you.
I mean, I will say, like, yeah, your safeties are a huge liability. I mean, you could tell the difference between like when Branch and Kirby were back there compared to when I don't know who's back there right now. Yeah, those running backs when they hit the second level, they just every time they got the first 4 yards, like all right, they're getting another like 10 or 15 now because the dudes just weren't where they're supposed to be. They're not reading things properly, and that's why they're backups of backups and were on some practice squad 2 weeks ago. That's a huge.
I don't think they're even on practice squads. They weren't even that good.
Yeah, I don't know where they came from, but
they're finding these guys off the street. One of the guys is a former Steeler who was a terrible player with the Steelers that they brought in. I think he started playing because one of the actual safeties we had did get injured. The one that we brought in probably like week 4. I can't think of his name. He played for the Eagles back in the day. He was playing okay, but when he went down, then yeah, we had nothing left. That was bad.
Yeah, but I mean, you could tell it's just you go from like one of the best safety tandems in the NFL to one of the worst, and those kind of gas run plays are the price you pay for it.
Mm-hmm. I didn't watch the game, so yeah, I don't have much to add.
The end of the gameplay. Okay, so I mean, straight up, the Lions they lost the game. I mean, I don't think there's. I thought the questionable part was how the ref said it was technically a touchdown, but there was offensive pass interference, and therefore the clock is dead and the game is over. And like I didn't really understand that. Like if you get offensive pass interference, don't you lose 5 yards to get another down? Like what? I don't understand.
Well, there's a 10-second runoff if you have an offensive penalty.
So that would
run.
Okay.
That would
do it. But I also don't know how they could have allowed it to be a touchdown because Amon-Ra, he pushes off. He catches it on like the half-yard line, and 2 guys grab him right away, and they push him back about the 5-yard line, and that's when he laterals it to Goff. And I'm like, well, how can you let a guy get pushed back 5 yards before he laterals? Like, the play has to be dead before that. You can't let a guy lateral after getting carried that far, can you? Like, in what world is that allowed to happen? Like, I don't...
It was really weird looking. Like, everything with
that. To call it, technically it's a touchdown because he lateraled it, Goff grabbed it and ran in. I'm like, well, I feel like that never should have been allowed to be lateraled that late. I mean, it was like they were dragging it backwards for like 4 seconds. They just didn't get him on the ground. I mean, it was a long period, maybe not 4, but at least like 3. I'm like, maybe you didn't blow the whistle, but even if you didn't, like, in any other situation, if a guy laterals it there, is that a legal play, or would they be like, no, that play's dead? Like I'm honestly
I thought
not sure.
should have been called. I thought it should have been blown dead. Like when I watched it after everything, I was like, okay, where's this touchdown coming from? And I was like, okay, this play's over. And then I saw the pitch to Goff. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what happened. But I'm like, why is this not blown dead? Yeah, the whole sequence there is very weird.
Yeah, and that's what the weird part was, because then like the refs are announcing it. The first thing they say is the ruling on the field is touchdown. The stadium just fucking erupts. But it's like, however, there was an offensive pass interference and the game is over. And everyone's like, so did they get they said there's a touchdown and the game's over. So it's not a touchdown? Or the original ruling is a touchdown. However, there's an offensive pass interference. It was a weird way to say it. I guess that's technically what the refs always do. They call like the end of the play and then say, however, this happened beforehand, so that part doesn't count. It was weird. And I just if you're at the game, like you don't even know. You just like listening to the ref. You don't hear the announcers, so you're like, did we win or did we fucking lose? Because
a lot of fans are like, that was just the refs saying fuck you to the Lions, because Lions fans have been brutal to the refs this year. They've been chanting fuck the refs or fuck you refs like almost every game, because the Lions have had such terrible luck with the refs this year. It's been pretty bad. I mean, we always have bad luck, and there's always a play, it seems like, that always costs us a game. But this year it's been throughout most of the games. I don't know if it's just bad luck or what, but it's been
you just lost your audio, Jim.
Why does this keep going out today?
I mean, because I opened my phone. My earbuds are also connected.
I
just turned it. Yeah, just disconnected it. I'm guessing that's what happened anyways, because it was right when I opened my phone.
Oh, yeah. So we didn't hear you, but podcast should.
Probably.
I could go on about the refs, about how it's been this year, but I think everyone already kind of knows my opinion from the rant I had a couple weeks ago. I'm just that football in general, I think the officiating is it is awful. They need to fix it, and I don't know if they even have an interest in fixing it, but There's definitely things we can do to make it better, but until they really get the reffing figured out, I'm gonna probably be losing more and more interest in football. It's not fun watching games, and I guess there was a touchdown right before that too to Tesla or something like that.
No,
it wasn't a Tesla, but
Tesla had the pass interference, but it was on the touchdown to Amon-Ra.
Yeah. But it was a pick play.
Yeah.
It seemed. I don't know. I mean, the thing with the picks are like they're allowed within 1 yard, but past that they're not allowed. Like it's a weird rule, and I'm just like I don't know exactly where it happened. Like it was right on the cusp of it, so it's like, do you let it play or do you call it? And they called it.
Yeah, and that happens. Again, the Lions did not play good enough to win this game. I mean that's what it comes down to. I can blame the refs all they want, but I watched the game all up until that point. If they would have won that, they would have been the same thing like the Packers-Bears. They would have been looked like the worst team. And then they came back and won in miraculous fashion, which, good teams do. I mean, the Lions are still 4th in DVOA this year. Like, they still have been a really good team. They've had one of the hardest schedules in the NFL this year, and they're banged up. The 1 year that they had a healthy secondary, they're a game away from the Super Bowl. So if they can just get their secondary healthy, I mean, this is still a super talented team. I mean, but really, at this point, we have to kind of look at next year, and hopefully we can stay healthy. So I don't know if that's an issue with how Dan Campbell practices. The Niners and the Lions are both some of the more aggressive practicing teams. Like they definitely put their players through a lot, and they have constantly, both those teams have had a lot of injuries throughout the last couple of years. So maybe it's just dumb luck, but I kind of hope they figure something out and can keep their players healthy for a season. But I mean, it's all out random. Like even Brian Branch is a torn ACL, but Brian Branch had an injured leg before that. So should he have been playing earlier with a bummed leg? Maybe he should have rested in a week or two, because then you overcompensate, and then that's when you tear ACLs. So yeah, I hope the team maybe reevaluates their medical staff that helps out with that stuff, because that seems to be the biggest issue with their team.
Yeah, and the injuries too. It's like it just sucks. Packers fans feeling it too. It's like it sucks when your stars are getting hurt. Like that's what sucks. Like Brian Branch goes down. Last year was Hutchinson goes down. And Kirby Joseph is down. It's like when the best players are going down, it's like fuck. Why couldn't it be like our cornerback that wasn't that good anyways? Why does it have to be the number one guy at all these positions keeps fucking going down? It's like,
and Frank Ragnow is basically an injury. That. We expected him to play in like a couple weeks of the season.
Yeah,
it's like, yep, he's retiring. It's like, wait, what? So I mean, it's just the Lions have had a lot of injuries. Sam Laporta has been out for a number of games now, and he's actually our running game really started to fall off once he left. He's a really good blocker, and our backups just aren't really that great. And then his backup got injured too. So we were on like our 5th and 6th string tight ends too. And then, people don't think that's a big deal, but tight ends are very important for your run game.
Yeah,
and the Lions run game. Yep.
We lost another one in the last game. Did he tear his ACL?
I don't remember what happened.
He's out for the season.
Yeah,
we still have Musgrave, but I mean it's two of our tight ends are out now. So like, I don't even know if we have 2 tight ends left. We must. But yeah, I mean it's hard to run
Musgrave and
help personnel and shit.
Well, who's the one that got her? Was it Weil or was it
Wiley?
Fitzpatrick?
I can't remember. It was one of those 2. So you do still have 2.
Mm-hmm. Should.
Okay.
Anyway,
but yeah, I mean that's injuries. They stink. Stinks what happens. Yeah, Lions odds not looking good anymore. Let's get into the NFC North standings. We got the Bears. They're in first at 11-4. Packers are in second at 9-5-1. Lions are in third, hanging on by a thread at 8-7, and the Vikings are in fourth at 7-8.
Are those wrong? I'm pretty sure the Lions and Vikings are 8-7, or 8-6 and 6-8. So that'd be 15 games. Or no, I guess that is right.
Yeah, 15 games is right. Because we're week 16 when everyone's at a bye.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
So they should all get up to 15.
I thought we only had 6 losses, but maybe. Oh yeah, 8-7. Huh, shit. I thought we were. Yeah. I just blacked out this week. All right.
I pulled up my phone before just any other NFL games. There was the Seahawks versus the Rams. That was a big one on Thursday Night Football.
That game was nuts.
That was like maybe the best game of the year. That was a beautiful game. I did watch that.
Yeah. I I picked Seattle in our pick'em league. I was like, I don't think the Rams are going to do it twice. I think Seattle's been pretty fucking good this year, and there's no way they're beating them 2 times. And they probably should have. But that was one of those games where, like, that 2-point conversion where just Charbonnet just picks up the ball in the end zone, and everyone thought it's dead, and it's like the refs just throw up their hands, touchdown. Another weird one where it's just, I mean, I guess it's not weird. It's just the throw was technically backwards. Everyone in the field assumes it's forward, but it was not. It did go back almost a full
People are
yard.
complaining about that. That was a legitimate backwards pass.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just, it hit his helmet, so it's a fumble. Like, that's how that rule works. And, they were
That's
talking
why you
to
don't
the
pass
running back.
backwards.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, but he picked, then that one guy who picked up the ball, he's just like, or Charbonnet, he just said, that's just what I'm told to do since I've been playing football, to pick up the ball because of that exact situation. So, hey, they could have done something different and maybe stopped them from getting that touchdown.
Everybody is. And I mean, honestly, I'm surprised he was the only one that went to pick up the ball there. Because it was on the ground for a minute. I mean, it wasn't like he sprinted over and grabbed it. It was just kind of sitting there and everyone's staring. Mm-hmm. And then he walks up and puts his hand on it. It happens every few years, one of those plays. But, I mean, it worked out for the offense that time. But a lot of times it's like I said, it's why you don't pass backwards for those screen passes. You try to pass it forward a yard. Just in case the dude fucking drops it, you don't want it to be an interception or a free ball, which is what it was. I mean, that was just a wild game, a very fun one. Other than that, I don't know. Tampa Bay lost to Carolina, so Carolina's the front runner of that division now.
I think that puts Stafford as probably the front runner for MVP too. I mean, he had a crazy good game, like 350 yards, 2 touchdowns, even though it was a loss. And then Josh Allen
against he's competing against Drake May, anyways.
No matter what happens next week, Carolina has to beat Tampa week 18 to win the division.
Yeah, but if they would have lost this game, it would have been harder than they would have needed. Actually, I don't know. It was just these 2 games that matter. But if Carolina lost this one and won the next one, this next week might have mattered then.
What was I seeing? Even though Carolina won this week, if Tampa wins out, they still win the division.
Yeah. But say Tampa Bay had won this game and Carolina had lost.
Right.
Then next week would matter for both these teams.
Oh, right.
But because since Carolina won, now next week doesn't matter for both these teams.
Yeah.
So Carolina, I mean, it's still an important win for them. The other game, Buffalo beat Cleveland barely, 23-20. Josh Allen did shit all. It was the James
Cook show.
James Cook show. Yeah, he was dominant. Saints beat the piss out of the Jets, but everyone does. That's not that exciting. Tennessee beats Kansas City 26-9. I mean, I know Kansas City is just phoning it.
I mean, they're on their third quarterback. Yeah, Minshew. Yeah. Too. So yeah, I mean that's.
Yeah, that was something.
They're packing it up, and they're an older team. I'm sure those guys are just like, yeah, we've had the success. I don't really need anything else out of this season. Like Chris Jones ain't going 100% anymore. That guy is probably like he might be
if he's even playing. Yeah,
I don't know who's all playing.
They're talking about Kelsey.
I saw Rashi Rice was randomly
retiring.
Not playing.
This might
he
be his last
said
game.
some things when he's been asked. He always says when he gets asked, he always says, yeah, next year the Chiefs are going to have to worry about this, and the Chiefs have this, and he's like, he never says we anymore. It's like, oh, I think he's giving off the vibes of, I'm not part of this team next year. He's talking about
I think Chiefs he's gone.
Next year. Yeah, probably.
I think he just thought maybe they had another shot at a Super Bowl. Might as well go for it.
Yeah.
They're going to be in a rebuilding mode. I mean, they're going to probably take a little bit to get back into the swing because I know Mahomes will probably be healthy for week 1, but I'm sure it's not going to be a easy OTAs off season for them. It's going to take a while for everyone to get in the swing of things. So they might have a slow start next year. And the way their team is built, they have some big cap issues. I think Mahomes' contract now starts to really crank up in value too, and he's going to have a huge cap hit. They're going to have a hard time building that team back up for at least a year or two. They're going to have to cut some of those big cap hits, Kelsey, Jones, and find a youth movement.
Yeah, that was my thoughts too. It's like I don't see them magically just getting better next season. So
Their division's
Kelsey
too
wants
hard.
to play through another one of these. They don't know if he does. And I mean, financially, honestly, his best move is probably to be a really good boyfriend and hope he can get married to Taylor Swift.
Hoping he's engaged. I hope he's.
Are they engaged? I don't know. I don't really pay attention that much to those.
Oh, come on. You're not into the Kelsey Swift relationship? Come on.
The Swift C. Kelft. I don't
Swifty.
know. There's no good flow for that last name. But congrats to them, I guess. When did they get engaged? Is that like recently?
This
or
year.
a long time
Yeah,
ago?
the last couple months.
Okay.
Probably right before the season or maybe like in the beginning of the season, but somewhere around there.
But yeah, I mean, it takes, if you're an older player, like, yeah, I get it. Like, you're used to competing for a Super Bowl. Like, you're not used to going in and losing. Like, that's not as fun. It can't be. There's just no way.
Yeah.
So I don't think he will.
Especially with their team. Like, they just expect to be in the
Yeah.
playoffs. Like, that's just, they wake up
Mhm.
and they're in the playoffs. This time they wake up in a nightmare.
And I think the Chiefs will have a resurgence, but it's not going to be next year. And Kelsey doesn't want to stick around for like 3 years. And I don't blame him. The only other game I had was the Jaguars beat Denver. They end Denver's 10-game winning streak or whatever the fuck they had.
Yeah.
This was in Denver too.
Jacksonville dominated that game.
They whooped ass. I mean, this is. I feel like Jacksonville's. What is their record? Like 11-4.
Yeah,
And like, I don't think I've taken them seriously once all season until this game. I was like, wait a minute, Jacksonville's fucking 11-4.
I like their defense all year. I thought their defense. I
like
had
the
them in
Bears.
fantasy. I think I still have a fantasy, but I think their defense is really legit. And then Trevor Lawrence, the last like 3 or 4 games, has really turned it up a notch. Which sometimes it takes a little bit when you're in a new system. So this might be Trevor Lawrence's coming out party, and he's been incredible the last 2 games, especially. I think he's had like 10 touchdowns in 2 games or 11 touchdowns.
Yeah, something dumb. Yeah,
I mean, he carried me in fantasy this week. I mean, he carried me last week too, when unfortunately I was not playing against anybody on the bye. But I was like, well, let's roll with him. He's been hot for 2 weeks in a row now. Let's see if he can do it against Denver. I didn't think he would, but dude, yeah, he's been fantastic. Offense and defense, that team's been fantastic. I feel like this kind of came out of nowhere. Maybe it's because it's not my division. I don't pay that much attention to it, and they were kind of stinking at the start of the season. So I was just like, all right, they piled up a few wins, not that big of a deal, but now they're 11-4, and
they traded for that receiver in Oakland. What's his name? That's been a huge deal for them.
Jacoby Myers,
like getting that like kind of slot guy, the reliable weapon for Lawrence, I think is a big deal because they had a lot of like inconsistent receiver play, and then they got him finally someone that can always be in the right spot, can beat zones. You kind of need that as a quarterback, especially a younger quarterback, and they just didn't really have that. And Cohen's offense, maybe it took him a little bit, to get gelled too. And now that they're at that point, they're this far into the season, they're really starting to gel together, and they know how to play the offense to exactly how Cohen wants. And Lawrence is just making the right reads, and he's finally showing the gifts that he had to be the number 1 overall pick. I mean, this guy was considered as good as Andrew Luck as a prospect. Andrew Luck and him have probably the 2 best prospects of the last like 20 years. So if you look at just prospects alone. So he's got everything you need. 6'7", probably runs like a 4.6. He's pretty fast, and he can make off-platform throws. He's got everything you want.
Yeah, and I mean, wasn't it his rookie year he came in and he won that playoff game? But then since then, they've just he hasn't looked good and the team hasn't looked good. But
they've been a lot of bad decisions in coaching and management.
Yeah.
And that's definitely hurt his career. He's had moments where he's looked really good, but it's hard to stay consistent when the things around you aren't that great.
Well, we'll see if it keeps up. Because I mean, that first time he won the playoff game, didn't he throw like 3 picks and get his team down by like 20-something by halftime?
Yeah, something like that.
And he just roared back and he won the playoff game. It's like, I don't know if I should be impressed or embarrassed because, like, dude, you're the reason your fucking team's down by this much, but you're also the reason you fucking won the game. So it's like you take the good with the bad. But these last 3 weeks have not been that. I mean, he's just been good throughout. So curious to see what happens going forward with the Jaguars. I'm curious if they're going to be like contenders for a while or if this is a really hot streak. But
they have talent. They have a lot of talent. They've been a team that's been on the bottom for a while. So, they have a lot of high-end talent that's really all starting to come together right now.
Yeah, I think that's about all the games, really. I mean, it's next week's games. I don't care about those.
San Francisco's turning it on too at a good time.
They look good.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I don't think beating the Colts is
Old man Rivers
anymore. Yeah.
Hey, Rivers is looking good.
Rivers.
Man.
I'm not saying
no shit.
I'm not saying he's bad. He has played. He's playing as good as you could ask the dude to do in the situation. Better than you could ask the dude to do given the situation.
I think he's beaten everyone's expectations.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the Colts defense though is just, it seems like dog shit. I mean, they didn't stop anything. I know it's Christian McCaffrey, but it was like every fucking play. I was like, all they do is like throw it to him or hand it to him, and he's taking it for 20 yards every fucking time. Like, what the hell is going on here? Did you guys forget Christian McCaffrey's on the other team? Like, didn't get an extra little plan for this? Yeah, it was an embarrassing defensive performance. Offense looked decent, but I mean, what was the score? Like 40 something to 27. It's like, you're not going to win if the team puts up 40 on you.
Well, Rivers threw a pick six.
He did.
His last pass.
He did.
So it's just, oh man, the NFC West is wild. Probably the three best teams are in the NFC West, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I think football in general is wild this year. I think this is a year of it's anyone's fucking Super Bowl to be had.
Yeah, for real.
There is
I
not
still
like
think we're gonna have like teams that no one expected to be in the Super Bowl. I think it's just gonna be a wild year, unless the Eagles are really starting to get things together, which they kind of seem like they might be. They're still, I think, they're probably the most talented team left in the playoffs at this point.
Who'd they play this last week?
The Eagles beat the Commanders.
Yeah, I mean they're on a little hot streak, but they played like two fucking garbage teams. It's like, whoop their ass. And it's like it was two of the worst teams in the NFL. Like I don't know.
They're they're ridiculously
didn't exactly dominate the Commanders.
They are, but we'll see. I don't know. Any other NFL games you guys want to talk about?
Not really.
Okay. We'll end the NFL half there, and enjoy your Jameis Winston quote of the week. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bears are who we thought they were. That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their. But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.